Hello, my first graders. So today we are starting with our first unit in our math book. So we did a little bit of work already in it where we looked at just kind of an introduction to things. So we're going to start an introduction to chapter 1. So this is your Go Math book. Okay, your parent picked this up or grandparent picked this up at the beginning of the year. If you do not have this Go Math book, if you did not go to the school to pick it up, you need to let your parent know that they are going to need to reach out to me. Okay, you need this book for when we do math. Most of our work is done in the book. You'll watch a video just like you're doing today, and you'll be pausing it to do the work in the math book. If you don't have the math book, you need it. Okay, so a couple things about what we're going to do. You're going to get familiar with the pause button on a video. You need that pause button because I will be telling you directions and I will show you examples, and then you will be pausing it to do some work in your book and then turning the video back on to hear the answers and to see more problems. Our math book usually shows you, we go over how to do something, but then it also goes into different directions as we go through. So it's important that you're watching the video too, so that you understand how to do the other problems as we come to them. Okay? There's different sections in our book, even though it doesn't always look that way. So today, you need your Go Math book, and we are going to start on page 10. So your book, it looks like this. Okay. This is where we're starting today. So pause this video, get your math book out, and find page 10. And then once you find page 10, then you hit you unpause it, you hit the play button to hear the rest of it. Okay, so we should all be on page 10, and your page should look like this. Okay, so we're going to start over here with number 1. It says, use circles to show the number. Draw the circles. Okay, so for number 1, we have the number 1. Well, how many circles would we draw? We would draw 1 circle. Now, boys and girls, I recommend doing this in pencil because if you make a mistake, then you can erase it. Okay, look at number 2. It says this number. Look at that number. Okay, you draw your circles. If you need to, you can pause the video, but I'm going to give you a second. Okay, how many circles did you draw? Hopefully you drew 3 circles because that was the number 3. So you draw 3 circles to match the number 3. Okay, look down here. Numbers 1 to 10. How many objects are in each group? So boys and girls, what they want you to do is count each object and then write the number on the line. Now I'm going to show you how to do this first one. One of the things we do when we are in first grade is when we're counting, we try to stay together, but we put little marks on what we're counting so that we know we already did it. So listen and watch as I do number 3 for you. Watch how I put marks on the numbers as I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I counted 7 chicks and I write the number. Now if you look closely, do you see the little lines I put on them? I didn't put each number on the chick. I don't need to do that. I just put like a little line through them just to say that I counted them. That way I know when I'm done that I've counted all the chicks and I didn't miss any. Okay, what I'd like you to do is you're going to work on number 4 and number 5. Count the eggs, then count the flowers. Write the numbers in the line. I want you to pause the video, do that, and when you have written your answers, come back to the video. Okay, hopefully you are back and you paused your video. When you counted the eggs, you should have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should have had the answer 5. When you count the flowers, 1, 2, 3, 4. You should have the answer 4. So there were 5 eggs and 4 flowers. If you made a mistake, just pause the video and fix your answers. All right. Look down here at the bottom. How many spots are on the ladybug? Okay, so you're looking at each ladybug. You're counting the spots on both sides of the ladybug and writing in your answers. Okay, go ahead and pause the video. And when you're finished, you hit the play button and we'll go over our answers. Okay. Hopefully you filled in your answers. Okay, how many spots are on the ladybug? Well, this guy, hopefully he didn't trick you. There's no spots on there. Do you remember the number we write for no? That's right, we should have a 0. 0 means none. We have no, he has no spots. Okay, for number 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For number 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and for number 9, there should be 2 dots. Okay, make sure your answers are correct. If they're not, pause the video and go back over and fix your answers. Okay, now we're on page 11. Visualize it. Draw to show one more. Draw to show adding to. So on this page, we have to use these review words. Add to, add, and one more. Add to means you're adding to a group. So there's a group and then you're getting some more. Remember, add means to get more. Then we have just the plain word add. Add means you're getting more. One more. So that's telling you that you only get one more, not 2 more, just one extra one. All right. Here's 3 hearts. One more. Oh, so if we get one more, we get one more heart. Give it your best shot. If you can't make a heart, just make a circle. Blank in all. So how many hearts do we have in all? Well, we have to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. We now have 4 hearts in all. Okay, let's look at these squares. 1, 2, 3, ooh, 4, but this one's a different color. It says add to. So what they mean is this one's by itself. They want us to put them together. So if we put this one together, how many would we have? So let's put them together. So I'm going to make 1, 2, 3. Here's my 3 blue one, and then I'm going to add that orange one to it. Now how many do we have? Well, we can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 in all. Okay, if you need to pause to catch up, you can do that. All right, understand vocabulary. Complete the sentence with review words. Okay, so that means we're going to use these words at the top to fill in the blanks down here. All right. Sue wants to know how many counters are in 2 groups. She can blank to find out. Okay, so let's think of our review words. Sue wants to know how many counters are in 2 groups. She can blank to find out. So is she going to, if she has 2 groups of counters, is she going to add to find out? Is she going to add to find out? Or is she can one more to find out? What do you think? Let's try. She can add to find out. Does that sound right? No, it doesn't. We wouldn't have a 2 and a 2. She can add to find out. Is that a way that she could see how many are in both groups? Yes, it is. She can add to find out. So you're going to write that word add in the blank. If you need to pause, you can to write the word in. Peter has 2 apples. May has 3 apples. May has blank apple, then Pete. All right, so we have add to or one more. So Pete has 2 apples. I'm just going to draw 2 apples. You don't need to do that. I'm just drawing it on mine. Pete has 2 apples. May has 3 apples. Here's May's. May has blank apple then Pete. Does May has add 2 apple than Pete, or May has 1 more apple than Pete? What do you think? 1 more. 3 is 1 more than 2. So May has 1 more apple than Pete. Has 1 more apple than Pete. If you need to pause, you can do that now if you haven't finished what we've been working on. If you have finished, we're going to turn the page. On this page, there's addition bingo. So this is just a game if you want to play at home. You might not have everything that you need to play the game, but it's there. If you want to give it a try, you can. Here's chapter 1 vocabulary that we're going to go over in a minute. These are vocabulary cards that you can cut out and go over the words with a grown-up. Not how to spell them, it's just good to understand what they mean. It's in both English and in Spanish, but we're really just worried about the English version right now. And then on the back shows you definitions of the word. It helps you understand what each word means, but we will go over that together in just a few minutes. Then we have going to the zoo, and this is just a game, another game that you can play. Again, I'm not sure if you have all the pieces that you would need to play at home, but it's there. It's here if you would like to use it. Okay, and then that would be it. So I'm going to go over the vocabulary with you. So if you have finished the parts of the book that we did together, then you can close your book. Okay, pause the video for me. Right, and while you put your book away, and we'll get started with the vocabulary in a second. Okay, so we're going to go over our vocabulary words for this chapter. The reason why our vocabulary words are important is because they are going to show up not only in our book, but also when we do computer practice. They will use these terms, and we have to know what they mean so we know how to solve our problems. Okay, so chapter 1, math vocabulary. Add. Well, you've been practicing that. Add means to combine 2 or more numbers to find how many in all. So you can take 2 numbers and you put it together with another. You can take a set of numbers and you put them together to find an answer. So add means to put numbers together. Sometimes we have 2 groups, right? This group and this group. And sometimes we can have more than 2 groups. But add means we're taking them and putting them together. Addition sentence. So you have seen these problems already on Google Classroom. The official term for them is an addition sentence, like a regular sentence where we write down words. For an addition sentence in math, we write down our problem. Okay, so this is called an addition sentence where we put the numbers together and we tell what they equal. Okay, addition, and that uses the plus sign. Add-ins. Okay, add-ins are numbers that are added to form a sum. So in other words, let's go back to our problem down here. Add-ins are these 2 numbers. These are the add-ins. They're the numbers that we're putting together. Okay, so add-ins are the numbers that you're putting together to get an answer. Okay, add-ins. Order a little bit. This is the word sum. Now this isn't sum like we practice when we are doing our sight words. This is the word sum that's a math word sum. It has a U in it instead of the O-M-E. Sum. Okay, this word means the answer to an addition problem. Okay, so we have 1 plus 3. Well, the sum of 1 plus 3 is 4. So 1 plus 3 together equals 4. 4 is the sum. It's the answer to an addition problem. Okay, and we'll see this word very frequently in our math book as we go through. So sum is the answer to a plus problem or the answer to an addition problem. And look at this, 1 and 3. Those are our add-ins. So we take our two add-ins, we put them together, and they equal the sum. Okay. Plus, here's our plus sign. Plus means added to. Okay, that means we're taking something and we're putting it together. When we do that, we use a plus sign. Equal to. Okay, equal means it shows the same number or is the same amount as. So for example, 1 plus 2 is the same as 3, or it equals 3. Okay, the number 3 is the same as 1 plus 2. It would also mean if I had 5 fingers on this hand, it's equal to this hand. I have 5 fingers here and I have 5 fingers here. They're equal, or it means that it is showing the same amount. Okay, equal means showing the same amount. Okay, 0. Here's our number 0. It has a little funny face on it. 0 is a number that tells when there is nothing. So if you have 0 of something, that means you have none. If I have 0 cookies in my hands, that means I have none. There's none in there. So 0 means none. And we're going to see 0 a lot when we're doing our adding, because sometimes you have nothing or a 0 to add. Right, so that is our vocabulary for the day.